Eivor, thank Tyr.
I heard shouting. Is something wrong?
Holger robbed me, and I demand he be punished.
Ha! Robbed is a pointed word. Does the deer rub the stream when she takes a drink? Does a cow rub a field when he crops on sweet grass?
Eivor, this matter requires sensitive judgment. Will you?
Of course. From the beginning, please.
Well now, there is no excuse too small, I see. Nothing to keep you from coveting that seat, is there?
In Sigurd's absence, who has better claim to oversee these disputes?
You might leave them to work it out for themselves, but that would mean letting go, would it not?
يا ذا النشبة.
Please start again. Tell me all that has happened.
I will start. I have been falsely accused by this Saxon Philistine.
A filly what? Are you mocking me?
Silence, please. I will hear both of your complaints and render a decision, awarding compensation if needed. Understood? Rowan, tell me your version of these events.
As you are aware, Holger and I are neighbors. Near enough that I often catch him at my stables, stealing my tools.
Borrowing.
Holger, let him speak.
Stealing, borrowing. My point being, I have always allowed him to use whatever he pleased. I greatly admire your Norse generosity and had hoped to match it. But this morning, Holger stretched the limits of my grace. Entering my stables for their feed, I found my most beautiful, gentle mare stripped of her tail. Bereft, not a strand in sight. I am ashamed to say my natural suspicion drew me to Holger, and how right I was. For when I peered across the lane, there he was, gripping a horsetail brush slathered with indigo, dragging it across a sheet of
painting, Rowan. I was painting. You make it sound so crude.
You see? Such willful arrogance. It will take ages for Ilgafur's tail to reach its former length. I demand compensation.
I understand. Thank you, Rowan.
عطنا السايد اوف ستوري حقك
Holger,
انت.
let me hear your side.
Eivor, you have known me as a skald for years. You have seen how my poems bring life and joy and wisdom to our people. And you know that my work requires a certain, let us say, freedom to make use of rare resources to compose my verses. Often when lacking the proper tools, I have made use of novel items. Alvis's walking stick, Tovi's inks, all were given gladly.
You cut off my horse's tail to make a brush, you bleed.
Rowan?
As I was saying, this morning in the throes of poetic reverie, I realized that my latest piece required delicate brushwork. I could have used a frayed stick, some cloth, my hands, but no. I needed something gentler, softer. To make a perfect brush, I needed the fine hairs of a well-raised horse. And so I availed myself of a local resource.
You clipped Alfgafur's tail to the rump without asking.
It was early. I did not wish to wake you.
Thank you, Holger. I believe I understand your position.
I've heard enough.
I believe I have heard enough. If you will...
My horse looks like a fool, Eivor. No handsomer than a donkey now. You must do something.
Do not conflate hair with beauty, Rowan. She remains radiant. Elgifur's hair will grow back in no time.
Quiet, both of you. Now listen.
Holger.
Rowan, however daft his approach, Holger meant you no harm and lost you no coin. The horse's hair will grow back.
But...
And you, Holger, your habit of borrowing without asking ends today. Apologize to Rowan and greet as friends.
This had best be a very good apology.
It will be. To you, O man of horses, I do offer my utmost apologies. And to Elgifur, most elegant of mares, I dedicate my finished work. You are respectively a king of men and a queen of horses, and I exalt you. I am sorry.
Oh,
Does this satisfy you?
As much as it can. I accept the apology.
Good. Then by Tyr's blessing, let this matter rest. We're done here. Return to your homes in peace.
I will return your tools and offer you one of my paintings as a sign of goodwill.
Oh, hello, Eivor. Good day. That Holger, he is quite a character.
I almost envy him. To see the world through such a muddy glass and live with such petty concerns. He hasn't a care in the world.
Let's not walk too far with that idea. I need you right where you are.
East Anglia is with us. Their King Oswald has pledged his loyalty to us.
Eivor Kingmaker, we shall call you soon. Some interesting news. King Ceolwulf has sent Ceolbert to Shropshire. He hopes to install him as Ealdorman there.
Good for Ceolbert. He should do well considering all he has learned from you.
I gave him only a taste of my knowledge. The rest he will need to figure for himself. One more thing. I do not know if you heard, but Sven passed away a short time ago. The poor man slipped away in his bed.
I had not heard, no. And how is Tovi? She must be gutted.
It has been rough on her. She spends quite a lot of time at his burial mound. Speak with her, if you have the time.
من اللي مات؟ لا يكون محل التاتو. لا إذا محل التاتو مات مشكلة.
Looks like something is happening near Volka's hut. Perhaps I should take a look.
There was so much we were.
Tovi,
Eivor, it's Sven. He passed while I was away.
Tovi, I'm sorry I wasn't there.
No one was. We had planned to brand Tekla's barrels that morning, and we talked about what we might have for supper. And when I went to collect him, he was in his bed, sleeping, I thought. But he was already gone.
I'm sure he went in peace.
But he went with plans. Things he wanted to do, things he meant to do. His death was so empty. Not like in our stories.
What stories do you mean?
When we tell stories, the old and wise, they have this calm about them. They know Sven, and I wasn't ready either. He was supposed to teach me things. I'm still learning. Everyone looks at me like I will simply carry on his work, as if nothing happened. Because they don't know. They don't know I'm not ready.
Life may ask more of us than we are prepared to give. But all we can do is our best. I was not prepared to lose my parents. But in a flash, they were taken from me. I pressed on, determined to live.
That must have been punishing. But you are so strong and so determined.
Someone else might have done better than me. Or worse. But this was the fate woven for me, so I live it. I know Sven believed in you, in your craft. So do you believe in him? Do you trust him?
He was the most skilled artist I have ever known.
And he chose you. You may step up or step down, whatever you decide. But know that he had faith in you.
Thank you,
Hakim.
Eivor. I need to get home.
Be strong, Tovi. And know you are valued.
Oh, it's you! Valka said we would meet, but I can hardly believe the great Eivor is fated to save my little Isle of Skye.
Who are you?
Ahead of yourself as always, Edith. Eivor, Edith is an old friend and a seer. She contacted me for advice. Her people are plagued by nightmares to the point of madness.
I wasn't aware people settled on the Isle of Skye.
There are small settlements, but it is a place of passage for many, making it perfect for dreams to wreak havoc. Until now, I've mostly been deciphering if my cousin's feasting on feathers in her dreams means she should marry a farmer or a baker.
You lost me again.
Edith needs your help. And it's not just her people being affected. As someone deeply in tune with the spirit realm, I have also begun to lose sleep. I fear it may spread to our settlement soon.
I will investigate. But it is not as if I have experience chasing away bad dreams.
There is more. You're not going to like this, Eivor. But I believe somehow Randvi is involved. Perhaps even responsible.
Randvi.
Valka, you've gone really mad this time. Randvi would never do something like this. Nor could she. She's always here.
Ever since the nightmare started here, I began asking the spirits for clarity. And a vision came to me. Though it was cloudy, I know what I saw. You will find Randvi amidst a scene of death on the Isle of Skye. The two of you will fight before you are forced to part ways forever.
That just can't be true.
Believing is your choice. The only way to find the truth and stop the nightmares from spreading is if you go to the Isle of Skye. I must tend to my duties, but Edith can take you when you are ready.
بنروح لها، بنروح لمدينة السماء هذه.
My people can't go without sleep any longer.
Yes, we are ready. Let's go.
I'll find out what's plaguing your people. Whatever or whomever it may be.
هذه جزيرة من الجزر الثانية اللي بعيدة عن Isles of Skye. من الجزر البعيدة عن المدينة حقتنا الرسمية. بعيدة عن انجلند. نفس أزغارد والشغلات الثانية. قلب الكشخات، القصة الجديدة والحركات. أبغى أوصل على الأقل ليفل 200 في الجزيرة هذه.
The Isle of Skye. Beautiful, isn't it?
Any idea where I should go first?
Investigate Kilter Raglan first. It's where complaints of nightmares began. My hut is there too, if you need to find me.
أنا أشوف الماب حقها كويس كيف شكله. خريطة. والله مكبرها. والله اني بلفل هنا لين بكره. يا بلان ان شاء الله. يا متخلف.
You, what can you tell me about the nightmares everyone is having?
Tell you? Tell you? I don't need to tell you about them. They will come for you soon enough. These nightmares spread like a plague, worse than a plague, sickening your mind.
Vivid, but not useful.
هذا هناك بيتكلم.
Is everything all right? You seem...
Find the warrior woman with the braid. She is our undoing. Steal
stealing our dreams.
A warrior with a braid. That can't be Randvi. Where is she?
At a church northwest of town. That's all I saw in my dreams. Find her, and please, let me sleep.
الكنيسة اللي هنا.
You spell luck.
Are you all right? I'm here too.
An eagle. An eagle will bring ruin to us all. I saw it in a dream.
I won't get much from him. The nightmares certainly seem bad here. Strange. Valka did say her vision was cloudy. Was she seeing Randvi and Zora in the graveyard? Or as Valka put it, a scene of death?
من يفضل؟
Valka was right. Randvi!
No. Cassandra. And you are?
تشبهها.
Your opponent.
So is this Randvi good with an axe?
She is. Much better than you.
Ah, I prefer a spear. You favor other weapons too. Where did you get that blade?
You talk too much!
Looks like there are some things to talk about.
Fine. If we must.
So, opponent, do you have a name?
Eivor, I take it you're one of the hidden ones.
Not exactly. But I admire their work.
If you're not going to talk straight, let's go back to fighting.
I'm not a hidden one, but I have friends that are. And often my goals align with theirs. I assume the same is true for you.
Yes. I've made friends with the hidden ones, and I agree with their goals.
And perhaps we might have more in common than we thought.
You haven't told me why you're here, after coming all the way from... where?
I've traveled so much, it's been a long time since I've been from somewhere. But the Greek world was my home. Long ago. I came here looking for an ancient artifact that's causing this island a great deal of trouble.
You mean the nightmares? Asia told me that the person I'd find amidst death on this island was causing them.
The same one that mistook me for someone named Randvi? Maybe your seer is having an off day.
You're telling me you're not responsible for all these bodies?
I watched these people tear each other apart out of madness and lack of sleep. It's the artifact I'm looking for causing all this. Normally, I'd be quick to track it down, but this fog is making things... difficult. Almost impossible.
If you're so easily blocked by a curse, how do you expect to deal with the realm of spirits and dreams?
A curse? Huh. You know the secrets of this land well, then.
Do you hear something?
No. Listen. Something tells me we should work together.
And what exactly is telling you that?
The obvious. You want to stop the nightmares, and I want the artifact causing them. Help me get rid of this fog so we can find it.
After such a strange encounter, I'm really meant to believe you're not causing the nightmares.
I swear to you, I am here to stop them.
لا لا
We
تصافح.
can work together. For now.
Come.
Of course.
With this.
Here. You're quite strong.
You should know. I had you cornered in that fight just moments ago.
And an even stronger ego to match. Not surprising.
يلا.
What an interesting church. In all my travels, I've never seen one quite like this.
Are you here to see the sights or get rid of this fog?
I have to take in what I can. It's not as if I plan to stay long.
Damn troll magic.
Nice work. The curse is fading. It'll be much easier to find the artifact now. Glad I let... Nice work. The curse is fading. It'll be much easier to find the artifact now. Glad I let you tag along to help.
I did most of the work. You're getting on my nerves, you know?
These close quarters probably aren't helping. Let's find a way out.
طلعنا يلا.
They're crazed from lack of sleep. Just like the men I saw tearing one another apart earlier.
It really seemed like someone was talking directly to you in the fight.
The artifact I'm seeking does cause strange things to occur. But I should track it more easily now that the fog is gone.
As if a foreigner could search these hills.
Ready to commit to being my guide?
I didn't say that. If I'm going to help, I need more information. Like, what exactly is this artifact you're seeking?
The less you know about it, the better.
The better for you mean? You want me to trust you, no?
The artifact is an object of great power, left here by old gods. Left on this island, it could wreak havoc on the world.
Why aren't we under whatever spell or curse this artifact seems to have placed over everyone else?
It is difficult to explain, but artifacts like this can affect people differently. Many are corrupted by them. Perhaps we are of a similar strength. But even if we're not having nightmares, we should still be wary of its power.
If this artifact is ancient and was left here who knows how long ago, why is it suddenly causing problems now?
Loki got bored? So serious. Truthfully, I'm not sure. These artifacts can be activated. Maybe someone tampered with it. After all, many are drawn to its powers. It tempts them.
How exactly are you planning to track it down?
Leave that to me. Finding these artifacts has been my calling for some time now. I've developed a knack for tracking them down. With the aura gone, it should be even easier to find.
Let's not waste time. What's our next?
بعد ايش؟ بعد ما ضيعت وقت
Now that
واجد.
this fog is gone, I should be able to better track the artifact's location. Before that, though, I'm going to take another look around the church. See what I can learn of these foreign lands. Meet me in Topta?
It'll take more than studying one church to become familiar with this island. But fine. We'll meet again soon.
Took you long enough. I was beginning to think all this talk of gods and nightmares might have scared you off.
I said I would come. So, great artifact hunter, did you track it down as easily as you said you would?
Not quite. But after studying this island, I found our next step. I'll lead you to it, if you're ready.
Let's
On
go.
to this next step. The shared expedition is starting to feel tedious.
Spoken as if finding an ancient artifact long hidden away was supposed to be simple.
I take it you've been hunting the...
Welcome!
يا اخوي ما ابغى اكلمك انا.
I take it you've been hunting these artifacts for a long time. I take it you've been hunting these artifacts for a long time now.
Yes, quite some time.
What led you to this?
Strangely enough, a vacation gone horribly wrong. Now it has become a destiny of sorts.
What exactly are we going to do with this artifact once we find it?
I will take it far away from this island for safekeeping. To a place where no one can maliciously wield its power.
Power? So it's a weapon of some kind?
In the wrong hands, it is. The kind of weapon that should never be used.
A weapon that shouldn't be used. That sounds like a sentiment spoken by someone too weak to wield its power.
It might sound strange to you, but trust me, its power is not to be taken lightly. The survival of your world depends on that. Here. Somehow, I think this stone formation will bring us closer to finding the artifact.
The great ancient artifact hunter is stumped by a pile of rocks.
It's not that simple. There's a trick of some kind. Maybe it's a riddle.
It is, and I've already solved it.
That's it? There's nothing.
Of course you don't see it. You don't have my gifted sight.
That gift wouldn't run in the family, would it? Who might your parents be?
Mind yourself and focus. Looks like the Isle of Skye, but there are several markings on it.
Could it? No, it couldn't be. A map?
I didn't feel the need to state the obvious.
So, what are the markings?
There are several triangles, and one X, not too far from here.
What are we waiting for? X marks the spot.
على كيفك كل شوي لك حصان.
So, do you just spend your days attacking strange women in graveyards, or do you have other duties?
I take care of my people. We have a settlement, Ravensford.
That must be nice. I've traveled alone for what feels like a lifetime now.
You speak as if... How old are you exactly?
Older than you think. But everyone tells me I have a young face.
صاني والله كشف.
That's a very pretty bird flying above you.
Her name is Sunan.
I had a bird once. A long time ago. An eagle named Ikaros.
I prefer ravens. Eagles are too...
Godly?
gaudy.
هي هذه الشخصية حقت أساسن كريد أوريجين.
You're quiet. Not thinking of throwing another axe at my head, are you?
No, I'm just not compelled to feel silence like you are.
Good. That fight took a lot out of me. Not sure I'm ready for a second.
You kept me on my toes as well.
Was that a compliment?
إيفور. حق إيفور. هذا المكان اللي جيته.
There's nothing here.
Stand right here.
Why?
Can't you trust me? Or at least pretend to, so this goes faster?
Fine. How did you know?
Lots of practice. Another ambush! They must be drawn to the temple.
They're very persistent.
يريح بالله. في 5 مثلثات.
I've seen this before. We'll need shards, keys, to place on this pedestal. That should open...
No. We need to talk. Those people that attacked us, were they speaking your language?
I already told you. The artifact has made them go mad.
Cassandra?
Eivor, when are you going to see that I'm here to help?
I know.
You're lying. I'm sure of it.
Have I been anything but helpful to you since I got here?
In the first ambush, those men seemed to know you. And now they're speaking your language? You can't take me for such a fool.
There's a chance that my arrival on the Isle of Skye might be what activated the artifact's powers. But it's not certain. And even if it's true, that's all the more reason for me to remove it.
No. That's all the more reason for you to leave, so I can remove it myself. You've done enough. I can't trust you, Cassandra.
You have no idea what you'd be dealing with. You need my help.
I know what I must do from here. And if those men are after you, it'll be even easier for me to continue by myself.
Eivor, please! The powers of this artifact are unlike anything you've seen.
Nothing is too powerful for me. Besides, I'm sure I'll make better use of this weapon than you.
Fine. I've had enough of you anyway. You're impossible. You're too brash, Eivor. And it will undo you.
Okay.
Must be one of the shards I need to place on the pedestal. Still need to find all the shards before I can open the door. Better get going.
اوكي.
Oh, yes. Could you please be a dear and wade into the fairy pool so I can sacrifice you to the fairies?
You're asking if you can kill me?
Since the nightmares started, the fairies have whispered in my ear, promising power if I find sacrifices for them. They've even led me to one of their treasures from my hard work. The prettiest shard. So please, into the pool now.
I'll buy the shard and leave for 500.
Fairies are tricky creatures. Are you sure that shard isn't muddling your mind?
I haven't quite felt like myself lately. You could be onto something. Take this shard far away from me, please.
شكرا.
That's all the shards. Time to unlock the temple and end the nightmares. And Cassandra thought I knew. What a strange place. Who could have known this was on the Isle of Skye?
Black eyes مين؟ تجي ذا الحين.
Look alive. There are more coming.
I had this under control.
Under control? Looks like you were about to get skewered.
I can defend myself. You didn't need to come.
Admit it. You missed me. I should have been honest about my presence activating the artifact. I'm sorry. And I know me being here makes reaching the artifact harder.
Harder? No one would be trying to kill me if you weren't here right now.
I know. Trust me. You will need my help once we reach the artifact. These people are nothing compared to its power.
I'm not getting rid of you, am I?
Don't worry. I'll grow. There, it's opening.
Finally.
أنا وقت الختامية. هل بنتضارب معي هذه ولا مع واحد ثاني؟
Those parts and weapons are so strange.
They're from my land.
What are they doing here?
It's an illusion caused by the artifact.
And you being near it. That mask looks unique.
I've torn many of those masks from the faces of cultists. Even knowing they're illusions, to see all these things from my...
Home?
I don't have a home. Not anymore.
الصقر حقها.
That can't be Phoebe.
الارتفاكت.
had trouble for this. You keep it.
Admit it. We make a good team.
You're not so bad to work with, after all. Terrible at following orders, though.
Give me a little credit. It's my first time working with another person in... I don't know how many years.
That must get lonely.
It does, from time to time. But it's the path I'm meant to walk. Anyway, I should get going. It's not good for me to stay in one place long. Thank you for your help. Truly.
hug.
Wait. The North celebrate their victories. And since in the end you did help, why not come out for a drink with me?
I don't know about that. It's not really good for me to be seen by too many people.
If everyone drinks enough, no one will ever know you were here.
All right. What can it hurt?
Hopefully you'll head tomorrow morning if we have a great time. Meet you at the Longhouse in Kiltarachlum.
See you there.
hug. مبسوط يتبسم.
There you are. Ready for that drink?
Let's head inside. What is it?
There are a lot of people. I haven't been to a party in some time. I guess I'm nervous.
It's not as though you're going in there alone. I'll be with you.
I guess you're right. Let's go inside.
Cute.
Okay. Well, I'm ready for a drink. What about you?
متبسم.
I've always wanted to try these.
Okay.
You can really hold your mead. Now, if we had been drinking wine, I would have won.
Wine? That's child's play.
Not if it's from Marcos's vineyard. That swill could build paint from a vase.
Marcos? Who's Marcos?
An old friend that made truly terrible wine.
Malaka. You really are drunk. Now you're just spouting nonsense.
No, it's a Greek swear word. It's malaka.
Malaka. Malaka. Malaka.
Malaka. That's it. You got it.
Now, let me teach
The
you.
bride and the groom are here.
Are we crashing a wedding?
It was arrogant to assume these people were here to celebrate us, saving their asses. Come, Let's join in their revelry.
Oh, aren't you the heroes who saved the island and our wedding?
I did a little more than she did. But yes.
We would love it if you both gave a toast at our wedding.
We hardly know you. What would we say?
But your exploits have made our wedding a day to remember. Please, regale us with your tale.
I could be up for that. What about you, Eivor?
All right. But if we're going to do this together, Cassandra, let's make it interesting.
What do you suggest?
A fighting competition, of course.
Never tried it myself. I should warn you, though. I've battled wits with great philosophers.
Stop boasting and prove yourself.
My day began the strangest way. An axe thrown at my head, tending to slay. There stood Eivor, hot-headed and brash.
To see us now, you'd not believe our clash.
It took an ambush or two, and one dusty old temple, for Eivor to see that I could be helpful. But somehow I've melted his cold Norse heart.
It'll sadden me to see my new friend part.
Eivor did the heavy lifting, left the tracking job to I. In the end, we triumphed, chasing the nightmares far from Sky. And to the bride and groom, on this historic day,
If your love survived this, nothing stands in your way.
Oh, that was wonderful. You've really made this a night to remember.
it's been a while since I've been the center of attention.
How did it feel?
Strangely familiar. I'm glad you invited me here tonight.
It was nothing.
No, really. Thank you. I needed this. More than I knew. What do you say we make that bride's day and get rid of that asshole?
Don't you mean that, Malaka?
Indeed.
ريح بالله.
Oh, thank you. You saved my wedding.
We actually saved it twice.
All in a day's work. Eat it! Did you come for the wedding?
I couldn't miss it. My cousin is the bride. And of course, I should thank you. Clearly, you were able to help my people. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here celebrating.
I can't take all the credit. I had some help.
True. Valka put you on this path after all. Was she right, by the way? Did you part ways with that girl? Randvi, as she foresaw?
No. Randvi was never on the Isle of Skye.
Ah, well, even Valkar makes mistakes. Still, it's good you didn't need to say goodbye to a friend.
واضح حزين شوي.
What an unforgettable night.
مسكين وضع حزين صراحة.